Yesterday's price is not today's price. Guys, every single day I have said I'm going to buy more Beyond Meat stock tomorrow. It has doubled without fail. The first day I bought it at 70 cents, right? Under $1. And then it dropped to 50 cents the next day. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy more. That was my last chance to buy more under $1 because the very next day it went up above $1, right? And I said, okay, I'm going to buy more the next day. I actually had 3,000 shares at the time. I had 1,000 shares, but I said I'm going to buy more the next day. I said, no, now I'm going to get got again. So I bought 2,000 shares at around $1 per share. And then the next day it doubles again. And we got to $3 yesterday. So all of that happened from 0.7 cents to 0.5 to $3 within 2 days. And then I say, okay, maybe I should buy a little bit more just because, but I'll wait and see if it goes down. But then it freaking doubles overnight. We're at $7 right now. Yesterday I shot a video because I had an event at around 6 o'clock in New York City. So I shot a video to tell you guys about how Beyond Meat gross profits are expanding back up to the 2020 era, right? So I was going to tell you, hey, it's at $3.50 right now. It's a great time to get in. But I didn't have time to release the video. And I wake up, it's at $7.20. Oh my God, this is, I did not expect any of this to happen when I posted my first video last week, Thursday or Friday. I told you guys, I bought in at 0.7. I think there is more upside because Beyond Meat is not just like the other meme stocks, even though there's an insane short interest. And again, guys, I want to see shorts get toasted. I got in at a price that I don't mind losing. If this goes back to my entry price in the short term, I'm fine with that. I'm not selling. I want to see these shorts, these hedge funds like Citadel, from GameStop, I want to see them lose their shirts. I want to see them lose their shorts, their physical shorts. They are parasites. They go in and they bet against American companies that should exist, that should be on the market for us all to invest in. And they try to tear them down artificially. Let's say a company is doing bad and it eventually goes out of business. Fine, that's natural. But these short sellers, they go in and tear our businesses down. They do it with companies that should exist. They did it with JCPenney. They took them out of business. They had to go bankrupt. I'm sure they did it with Sears too. That was probably private equity. These people who just make money from tearing down businesses with their piles of money, they need to be exterminated. We need to take them down like we did with GameStop, which is still a 23x, guys. I am not selling. I am up almost 800% right now in like 3 days. That's an insane trade. I could sell right now and get all that money. It's not that much money to me because I have a bigger portfolio. But I want to see how far we can take this. If we can take this to 10x, 20x, right? I will be laughing. I'll just be laughing just watching it because I don't plan on selling Beyond Meat. I actually believe that they're going to turn this business around. They're increasing so in 2020, their gross margins was about 35%. Let me just look at this right now. So 2020, their gross margins, give me 1 second. Let me just look this up right here. Okay. In 2020, they had gross margins of 35%, almost 36%. And then in 2022, when things went awful, their gross margins dropped to negative 5.6%. And then it dropped even further to negative 26% in 2024, right? So that's when we saw the stock prices plummet. But now they've been making deals with their creditors, selling off their debt, right? Decreasing debt. And they've also been maintaining their margins. They've also been maintaining their revenue around $400 million a year, but bringing down the cost of goods sold. So that is helping them bring their gross margin up 16% at the end of 2024. And then we have 11% at the start of 2025. 12%, 11%. So they are actually turning the business around. It's not just like, oh, AMC, which again is still up a lot on their short squeeze, right? And Open Door is still up a lot on the short squeeze. I'm not sure about AMC, but I know Open Door is still up a whole lot on the short squeeze, right? Which happened this summer. And I watched it happen from the sidelines. And I thought it was going to go down, but it never did. So with Beyond Meat, unlike Open Door, which has a shaky business, right? I like Open Door, but it's a tough business. Beyond Meat continues to sell. There are vegans. Vegans love Beyond Meat. Vegans love to stay plant-based and sometimes have some fun with the alternative meat products, which Beyond Meat is. People love buying Beyond Meat at Burger Kings and restaurants. They're still selling products. It's not some business that is just dying. They just announced a deal with Walmart across the country, right? So their margins, their gross margins are now back up to what, 2021 levels, right? Let's just say 2022 levels. So they figured out a way to bring their margins back up from negative 26% last March to now if we were to go to this March, it's up 11% to 11%, right? And then right now in the latest numbers in June, we were at 11%. So the company is maintaining their gross margin expansion, and they're only going to continue doing it because they have learned their lesson. This is what I said in my video yesterday that I didn't get to release because you guys obsoleted it. You guys didn't let me have a chance to freaking release my video because you wanted to drive the stock price up by double since I found it. Oh God, let's keep it up. Let's keep squeezing these shorts. I want to see them. I want to see some heads roll. They have caused too much pain. We now have the power. We have the same information they do, right? I'm looking at stuff from Google right now, macro trends, and from Beyond Meat's own numbers. They are doing the work. I believe this is a good long-term play, so I'm going to continue holding for the long term. But even if you're only in it for the midterm, I think this is a good hold. Of course, not financial advice, just my opinion on how I am seeing this, and I believe it's a good hold. So I'm watching this, and it just keeps going up. So I am happy to be here, and I'm excited to see where we take this. I thought we'd do $2 in a few months, but we're already at $7, and every single day it doubles. So people in my comments on my videos are asking me, you should go watch, and you should like and subscribe to this video so I can make more videos because they're doing very well. So I appreciate you all being here, commenting and liking and sharing these videos so that we can get more momentum behind this and drive these shorts out of the market and force them to buy back our shares at multiples of what they bought them for. They thought they were going to drive this stock down. We're saying no. So I'm here and people are commenting, when should I get in? What's a good entry price? And the guy yesterday, he was asking me this around $3.20. And I told him, hey, if I have more money, I'll be buying more. But he didn't, I don't think he ever made his purchase. And now I wake up and it's at $7 is more than double what he could have gotten in at yesterday, less than 12 hours ago. So if I was looking to get in again, I would just get in now because every single day it just doubles. I don't know where we're going to be tomorrow, but we could very well be at $10, $14 per share, right? I would not be surprised if we got to $20 per share next week. I think I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I have more videos coming on the actual numbers from Beyond Meat, how their business is performing. And again, they're turning things around. Ethan Brown is doing his job. And I actually met them back in 2016 when I was interning in San Francisco at Medium because the founder of Medium was investing in Beyond Meat. So I was there late working as an intern and they had a meeting at Medium, right? So it's crazy to see this come full circle for me a decade later. And I actually invested in Beyond Meat during the peak times in the pandemic, before pandemic, and actually saw it go way up. And of course, at that time, I knew it was way overbought, but now I can see them actually figuring out how to do the business better than they ever did before. Because as humans, we learn from our mistakes, right? We go in and we get exuberant, but then we try again because we got burnt the first time. We try again. We say, okay, now we know how far we can go without burning ourselves. And so I think Beyond Meat is there where they've learned, okay, we can get to $500 million in revenues, but how can we do that without taking on too much debt? How can we do that by also increasing our net margins, which are also increasing? Again, their net margins were at negative 100%, 102% last year, March. And this March, it was at negative 49%, negative 50%. So the company is figuring out how to drive down their costs, increase their gross operating and net margins, while also maintaining their revenues at a reasonable percentage. So I'm going to talk about all of this in more videos, but I, again, appreciate you guys, and let's keep squeezing these shorts. I'm Lincoln with bullacademy.org. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.